First at 4, a tense standoff on I-75 turns into a commuter nightmare. A human drama that affected thousands of drivers. Superstar Taylor Swift tells the jury her side of the story about what she says was happening in this photo. Her testimony ahead. And Ben Bailey is out and about this afternoon. Hey, Ben.
Hey, Karen, our beautiful stretch of summer weather continues, but it is about to come to a screeching halt. We'll look at our big changes for tomorrow coming up next, First at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, a 6-hour standoff that shut down I-75 for the entire morning commute ends peacefully in Monroe County. The tense drama left all lanes of I-75 closed between Luna Pier and South Outer Creek roads. I-75 has totally reopened after police removed the suspect's SUV from the interstate. Now, this began as police responded to a 911 call about a suicidal man in Pontiac earlier this morning. When deputies arrived and approached him, the man led them on a chase down all the way I-75 to the Ohio border. The man began streaming on Facebook Live at one point, making threats saying he would kill officers or himself. That man was taken into custody unharmed around 11:30 this morning. Moving now to Warren, where 3 suspects are in custody after police were forced to open fire during a break-in. Police say the men could be part of a larger ring. A special team was brought in overnight to track the crew as they broke into the Sweet Dreams Bakery at 13 Mile and Ryan Roads. Officers opened fire when the suspects fled the scene, leading police on a 12-mile chase until they crashed on Detroit's east side.
It wasn't just a haphazard, oh, look, these guys are moving, let's go spring into action. There was some active surveillance that had taken place over a period of days. And then, you know, through their surveillance, they were able to follow them through a couple different cities in Macomb County.
2 of those suspects are in the hospital, one injured from gunfire, the other from the crash. Police believe there may be more suspects involved. The House Ethics Committee in Congress says it's continuing to investigate Detroit's John Conyers. Investigators say there is substantial reason to believe the longtime Democratic representative continued to pay his former chief of staff even after she was suspended for pleading guilty to a charge of receiving stolen property. Conyers has claimed she was on unpaid leave. A spokesperson says Conyers is cooperating with the investigation. We've been enjoying a great week of summer weather, and before it changes, we thought we'd send Ben Bailey outside to the beach. And you know what? He didn't have to go too far. You're just right down the road in the heart of downtown Detroit. It is so pretty out there, Ben.
Yeah, I think I can see you down the street, Karen. We're down here at Campus March, just hanging out at the beach. Perfect weather this week to do it. We've got the warmth, we've got the sunshine, and we don't have the humidity, but that is going to change soon. Let's look at those current temperatures right now, which are in the low to mid 80s, very similar to what we saw yesterday. And the sunshine's kind of fighting the clouds out there, but just like yesterday, we're not anticipating that those clouds are going to be threatening. Tonight, we could get our first chance of rain. More likely, it's going to be tomorrow. Humidity's going up, so this perfectness is about to come to an end temporarily. We'll see when it resumes when we check out your full 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. Karen?
Insults, threats, and counter threats. President Trump just blasted North Korea again at his golf resort over in New Jersey. Earlier this week, he got the world's attention when he said North Korea's threats would be met with fire and fury. In the past hour, no sign of backing down.
And frankly, the people that were questioning that statement, was it too tough? Maybe it wasn't tough enough. They've been doing this to our country for a long time, for many years. And it's about time that somebody stuck up for the people of this country and for the people of other countries. So, if anything, maybe that statement wasn't tough enough.
The newest comments are the latest in a very public back and forth. Our Devin Scallion is tracking some very personal comments from North Korea about our president. Devin.
Yeah, well, Karen, you would expect that President Trump did not like what he was hearing from North Korea this morning as that country refused to back down in this standoff over its nuclear weapons program. Today, North Korea calling President Trump senile. and claiming that he is cooped up at a golf course and is clueless about how things are developing. Spokesman added that it is not possible to have sound dialogue with someone as, quote, bereft of reason as President Trump. NBC News is reporting that 4 military-connected sources are saying the Pentagon has prepared a preemptive strike plan should the president order one. Of course, the island of Guam caught right in the middle of all of this saber rattling. North Korea threatening to strike the small island that is home to about 160,000 Americans. The U.S. has been trying to reassure them, but residents are left wondering who to believe about what happens next.
North Korea threatening our island, but again, you know, with the military present here, I'm pretty sure we're safe.
Actually, my dad was being serious about that, and he was like, maybe we should go move off to the Philippines or something like that. So I don't know.
Military experts say an attack on Guam is not likely, but clearly it's a situation causing an awful lot of concern, not just there, but around the world. And our coverage of the crisis will continue on Local 4 News at 5. Karen, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Devin. On the home front, President Trump is still fighting with members of his own party over health care. And that fight's going on Twitter. He tweeted today, quote, "Can you believe that Mitch McConnell, who has screamed repeal and replace for 7 years, couldn't get it done?" Republican McConnell is the Senate Majority Leader. Trump's tweet comes after McConnell suggested the president may have had, quote, excessive expectations about how quickly things happen in Washington. We're told the two men recently had a phone conversation about health care, and it was described as animated. Now let's take a turn to a very personal story that's helping millions of people. Today, the family of a man who donated his eyes to science met with a research team that's working to protect the eyesight of many others. Paula Tutman was there for their very special meeting.
Certainly there's a sense of grieving loss when you lose a loved one and also even decide to give the gift of life. But giving a donation, an organ donation, is certainly more than a heart to save a child or a kidney to save a beloved grandmother. Sometimes even what seems to be the very smallest gift can be the very biggest. His friends and family say Tim Anigan had beautiful eyes. The Saginaw man died in 2014 after receiving the gift of a liver transplant. His family, so grateful of the gift he received, wanted to return the cycle of giving when he died.
When we received the liver donation, we were excited, but we immediately knew there was another family that was suffering. And so when we donated, it was comforting to us to know that we were going to help somebody else.
Tim had been so sick for so long and so severely. All that could be donated was eye tissue. The family actually felt guilty.
When my husband passed away, they asked for his long bones, heart valve, tissue, and corneas. And we felt bad that we could only give the corneas or the eye. And now today we realize that that was a huge donation. We shouldn't have felt bad about that.
Until today, when they realized the eye tissue of Tim has literally helped millions by being a valuable research tool that has already netted sight-saving results. When Tim's wife, Colleen, and daughter, Courtney, met with researchers at University of Michigan's Kellogg Eye Center today and toured the laboratories, they were flabbergasted.
In terms of the research, we can do everything here. So those are actually pieces of human tissues.
To sit and talk with the actual researchers was eye-opening in every way.
But I can tell you that we've already done very significant discoveries with this whole project that it will give rise to, it already gave rise to a lot of collaborations on different subjects relative to the pathology of diabetes.
Tim may have left those who loved him at the very young age of 54, but his life certainly goes on in so many other ways.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was great. It was absolutely great.
Paula Tutman, Local 4.
Still ahead, Taylor Swift testifies about being groped by a former DJ, her memory of that day, and why she did not confront the man right away. Also, credit card fees. Can you guess how many different charges could be hidden in your fine print? We have a Help Me Hank consumer alert. But up first, a summer sleepover takes a horrifying turn for a group of girls. You won't believe what happened to this 11-year-old and why another girl is under arrest. The story next.
Serial coming up all new on Local 4 News at 5 and 6.
If you live in News Center or just moved into News Center and you're expecting some checks, check your mailbox. You may be missing a lot of checks.
Really? Really? I'm surprised because she's such a quiet young lady.
A letter carrier now charged with stealing checks will tell you what she was doing with them.
First at 4, we're tracking stories people are talking about all across America on this Thursday, including a summer sleepover that came to a horrifying end. We want to warn you, one photo that you're about to see is disturbing. The story comes to us from New York, where police say a 12-year-old girl has been arrested after she dumped boiling water on another girl as she slept. This is the victim before the attack. And this is a look at some of the injuries that she suffered, with burns on her face and her upper body. Police say the two girls had been arguing during that sleepover, and the 12 identified threatened to do something to the younger girl as she slept. The victim is being treated at a burn center for second-degree burns. 16 fraternity members charged in a pledge's death at Penn State returned to court today for a key hearing. 19-year-old Tim Piazza died back in February after falling downstairs during an alcohol-fueled induction ceremony. In total, 18 Beta Theta Phi fraternity members are accused of leaving him to die. Charges range from manslaughter to evidence tampering. Today begins 2 more days of hearings before the judge decides if the members will stand trial. With millions of fans hanging on her every single word, Taylor Swift testified today against a former DJ she says groped her during a photo session. Swift testified the DJ, David Mueller, put his hand under her skirt and then touched her bare bottom. She also testified her security guard witnessed that incident and says she didn't confront Mueller right away because she didn't want to disappoint dozens of fans lined up to meet her. Mueller is actually suing Swift and her team, saying he was fired because of her claim. He denies ever groping Swift. He's seeking $4 million. Swift is countersuing for a symbolic $1 judgment. Turning to the weather, Ben Bailey is at the beach today, a beach right in downtown Detroit, and it is a great day to get out of the studio, Ben.
I am amazed, Karen, how anybody who works downtown gets anything done on days like today. I mean, it's like you're on vacation in downtown Detroit. The sun is out, the humidity's low. People are out here celebrating. It's beautiful. Let's take a look at those current temperatures, which are actually pretty close to average this time of year. We're in the low to mid 80s, pretty much all across southeast Michigan. This is likely going to be our warmest day going forward until we get into at least the middle of next week. But as we take a look at the satellite and radar, there is some activity on the other side of the lake, a little bit closer to Chicago, some showers and a couple thunderstorms over there. That stuff is all going to fizzle as it works its way towards us, but our rain chances do start showing up as we get later into tonight. So as we take a look at the forecast map, we'll probably get through the midnight hour dry, and then once we get past 12 o'clock, there's a chance we could see an isolated shower a little bit closer to daybreak tomorrow, but most of us are going to stay dry. Once we get into the afternoon and that cold front gets a little bit closer to us, chances of showers and thunderstorms get better. They're still going to be scattered, so not everybody's going to get wet, and I know a lot of folks do want to get wet by this time of year. However, once that cold front passes, that's going to end our thunderstorm chances late tomorrow night. And then we're looking at a dry weekend ahead. Saturday holding on to a few extra clouds. That could keep temperatures down. In fact, we're thinking mid-70s for high temperatures on Saturday. Humidity will spike tomorrow before that cold front comes through, but then the humidity goes back down for the weekend, and Sunday looks fantastic. High pressure settling in, and we'll see those temperatures bounce back up to around 80 degrees. So your forecast tonight, with the clouds around, temperature is going to be a little bit milder in nights past. We're going to go to the mid-60s, keep the winds light, and again, most of us stay dry, except for just that chance of an isolated shower as we head towards daybreak tomorrow. Scattered thunderstorms on tap for Friday. Best chances are going to be in the mid to late afternoon hours. Still going to be scattered. High temperatures tomorrow only up to 80 degrees. Then we take that step down on Saturday, and then temperatures come in on Sunday at 80 degrees, and we start gradually warming back up, but very consistent with temperatures as we get through the next 7 days. So back here at Campus Martius, I'm with Robert Gregory, and Bob, this is a fantastic place. Every year this just keeps getting better and better.
Ben, thanks for being here, first of all, and I'm glad the weather forecast is really looking great for the weekend, because we have one of the best beach parties tomorrow night here, right at the beach right next there. We got Ross Kente playing. Friday night we have a great out in Detroit here with the food and drink, and so things in Campus Martius and downtown, every day now of the week, 7 days a week, it's just hopping and buzzing with people downtown.
You know, and it used to be, and you know this, it used to be only on game days and game nights was there a crowd down here, and that's changed completely.
It has totally changed. We're seeing all kinds of families from the city, from the region, from the suburbs, from tourists, visitors coming to downtown. There's so much going on. I mean, you have Campus Martius, you have the riverfront, our connection between here and there, Spirit Plaza. We got a great night market going at Beacon Park, the new park that opened up with DTE. Right, yeah. You know, that's this Saturday night, every Saturday night as well. So Grand Circus Park, we actually have music tonight as well. So there's so much going on, and there's so much for people to see. The architecture is beautiful. The restaurants are hopping. So, you know.
I'm going to do my part. I'm going to keep the forecast like it is for the most part, and then hopefully folks will get down here and enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Robert. Appreciate it. Karen, beautiful afternoon, and we still got a few days to go. Maybe not so much tomorrow, but the weekend is looking fantastic. Back to you.
Well, it is a gorgeous afternoon. You enjoy your time outside, Ben. We'll see you a little bit later. Now, we have a Help Me Hank consumer alert for you about credit cards. We start by asking, how often do you check the fine print on your credit cards? Creditcards.com recently analyzed 100 popular cards. It found the average card has 6 different fees you could end up paying if you're not careful. Now, of course, the most common fees are for late payments and cash advances. The average late payment fee is now $37. So read that fine print, especially if you're doing anything out of the ordinary like balance transfers or cash advances. Still ahead, it's a great excuse to go shopping. You can save some money and do a good deed. Trending stories next. Now first, Walmart apologizing for this photo. Can you see what that sign says? We'll give you a closer look at the online outrage over a disturbing combination next. But first, as we go to break, here's a look at how the markets closed for the day. Welcome back, everybody. Let's talk about some trending stories. A lot of people are talking about this photo. It's topping the trending stories today. It's a back-to-school sign on top of a gun case at an unidentified Walmart. Now, take a closer look, and you can see the sign says, "Own the school year like a hero." And as you see right below, there's guns. The photo and the criticism spread all over social media. Walmart is apologizing and says it's working to find out where this photo was taken and to see if there was no photoshopping or anything like that going on, and definitely will make sure that it comes down. Somebody could obviously be in a lot of trouble. If you need to do some shopping this weekend, you could also do a good deed over at Macy's. The department store is holding its 12th annual Shop for a Cause charity event. In stores, customers can save 20 to 25% on select items if you make a $5 donation to the March of Dimes. You can also enter a contest to win a $500 Macy's gift card if you go to a store. There are other online options for you as well. The big event started today and it runs all the way through Sunday. Well, it is only Thursday, but it's never too early to talk about Saturday Night Live. In just a few hours, the legendary show is producing a series of summer specials. And yeah, you guessed it, centered around the popular Weekend Update with hosts Colin Jost and Michael Chi. This season, Saturday Night Live is coming off its highest ratings since the 90s, and the show just earned 22 Emmy nominations. You can watch Weekend Update Summer Edition tonight at 9 right here on Local 4. Still ahead, a back-to-school boost. We'll show you how some local groups are helping students in need. But up first, here's a look at what I'm working on for tonight at 11. He was beaten nearly to death by his own brother. We showed you his miraculous recovery from this to this. We were there when he took part in his first 5K race. And now we're helping Sal Cipriano make his dream come true right here at Comerica Park. Today he is throwing out the first pitch, and we are with him every step of the way. Don't miss my special report tonight at 11. Finally, first at 4. The first day of school is just around the corner. So today, volunteers came together to fill up 1,200 backpacks. Volunteers with the National Council of Jewish Women were hard at work this morning. This was going on over in Southfield. Look at all the stuff they had on all their tables. They stuffed 1,200 backpacks with all the stuff the kids need for back to school, like paper and pencils, folders, glue, all those supplies. It's all for school children in Oakland County who are in need. The backpacks were then loaded onto a truck, heading to the Jewish Family Service, who will give away those backpacks in time for that first day of class. And believe it or not, it's not too far away. Thanks so much for joining us for First at 4. We're back in a half hour with Local 4 News at 5. Inside Edition is next. We'll leave you with a shot of the beautiful Campus Martius Beach in downtown Detroit. By the way, that's where Ben Bailey is going to be for the next couple of hours doing his live weather broadcast, in case you want to see him. Or you can join us at 5 and 6 and see him here on Local 4. Hope you have a great afternoon.